Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
Now, Mike.
And today, another episode of Reget or Regret. So, not going to make my joke that I usually do. You know, some of these regets or regrets, we seem to just love every bottle. I don't think that's going to be the case this time. But I said that last time, and it wasn't the case.
A couple that I was going to jump that I'm in a happy-go-lucky category.
Yeah, so this might be more of the version of all of that. So let's get right into the particulars of all of these things anyway. So this one happens to be Uncle Nearest. Oh, so anyways, I didn't even tell you. For those of you that are new, please consider subscribing, even though it just was a cluster of a start. But Reget or Regret, we go through a handful of bottles that Mike recently killed, and then we talk about whether we liked it, whether it changed for the better or for the worse, or whether we think we would buy it again or not. So we're going to start out with probably not for me. This is Uncle Nearest 1884. And it's 93 proof. We got it for $46.99. And I think I just said it all. 93 proof, $46.99. This was okay, but for $46, I could get rare breed. There's a million bottles better than this.
In their defense, we did do, I think, wasn't it a Binny's pick that was sent to us?
Yes.
And that it was an Uncle Nearest, and it did smoke it.
Oh, 100%.
It was probably a little more expensive, but it's probably better to spend the extra.
That one would have been worth it because that one was actually good. This was mediocre at best.
I just throw it Uncle Nearest. It's not the name per se. It's
no.
Which one you grab?
That bottle. I mean, Evan Williams Bottle and Bond for $17.99 all day over that one. That's just one guy's opinion. So, speaking of one that I definitely wouldn't be grabbing again, this is a Crown Royal single malt that we got. This comes in at 90 proof. This was $54.99. And again, not that I'm a huge Crown fan. It's okay, but this came off tinny. It didn't come off like a single malt. It was almost hard to drink. It'd be hard to tell that it's gone. But I mean, pretty bottle design.
I was gonna say it does have that, but in general, we don't usually typically jump to the Canadian land anyway. I know,
but I couldn't even put that against any single malts because it didn't even taste like a single malt.
It didn't. It was almost weak at best, which is kind of there.
It was tinny.
It's kind of their whole trademark.
Yeah, no,
not even so much Crown.
People do like weak at best. Like
I gotta quit talking.
Speaking of single malt that just wasn't worth a penny. I'm going to go right to this one. This is the Bullet single malt. And I was super excited to try this one. This comes in also at 90 proof. We got it for $56.99. And I absolutely would not buy this one again. And again, it came off like a weird taste in bourbon. It didn't have that single malt vibe. It wasn't good. It was bright and tinny. It was not good.
Well, single malt isn't really my strong suit.
I like a lot of them.
You do.
I do.
And I guess I didn't graduate to the rye this and, malt that. I would probably lean now more towards a rye than a malt. But I'm with you. It's minimal proof and good money. And you could get 2-3 bottles of something you really like versus this.
Money aside, it just didn't taste good. I couldn't even put it up against all the other single malts because it didn't even taste like a single malt. It just tasted, it was blah at best. Speaking of blah at best, and here's another one. This one's 5 and 20 Spirit, straight bourbon whiskey. The only thing it's got going, it's 90 proofer again. We got it for $21.97. But this came off, it was bread on top of bread on top of bread.
Where did we get this? Was this in New Hampshire?
You got it, Luke's, down in at the Cape when you got it.
Yeah.
Nice bottle design, great
it is
price.
Different. It is that too.
It was just like,
I wonder if they're
drinking yeast.
New up and coming or something.
I don't know.
I don't remember the whole details. If you're really interested, go back and check us out. But
yeah, that one, there was no saving grace on that one.
Heavy bread gets old.
Speaking of bread, we're going to go right to this one. As you can see, I was killing off some bad bottles this week. So that Mike went away, and I'm like, all right, what are we not going to be able to put up against stuff? And these are all bottles that we couldn't put up against anything because they just weren't
ultimate
worthy.
Bad bread. That would have been the only competition.
Well, who wants to drink?
So excited for that one.
4 of them. So this one right here is Chattermark Distillers. It's out of Boston actually. And this is a 94 proof. We got it for $36.99. You got this one at Luke's too. This one had a little more caramel, but again, for that price, I could get 2 Evan Williams Bottle and Bond and be happy that it actually tasted good. This brought the bread, and it wasn't
I think
good.
This is another one that maybe up and coming or starting out.
I hope you're correct on that because we already got yelled at for that once.
I didn't say I was a fat guy, so. Going back, this is, I don't even, we did this one a while ago, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, it wasn't even that long
As
ago,
you
but
see, my memory all the time, he talks and I don't listen.
yeah, no, that is fact. We'll go with that. But again, I wouldn't pick that one up again, even though it was a good price.
That was probably why we got it this side.
Now, this one, on the other hand, this is the Tealing whiskey single grain Irish whiskey that we got. This one also came at 46, so 94 proof. 92 proof. I can math. And we got it for $39.99. This one actually, for an Irish whiskey, this really drank like a bourbon on this one. I actually like this one. I know Danny had a Tealing that he couldn't stand. It was good. It wasn't what is the one that we like of Irish? The red
breast.
Red breast. It wasn't that good, but it was a solid for an Irish.
It did stand up, and it was way better than the first. Remember, we had the black one that time.
That one was smoked. You didn't like the peated. That one was a peated one.
So that was a little. But my Irish buddies do say the next step up from this one is very good as well. Again, you go up in price, but the price isn't outrageous for this. And this is worth getting.
No.
I don't know if someone had this, I definitely have drink with this one versus some of these others. So.
This is one of the ones that I wouldn't re-buy that bottle per se, but I would like to try something else by them because
it's like Powers we have.
Correct.
Correct. And there's a few more red breasts we haven't tried.
Correct.
So.
Speaking of one that I really liked, and I am going to try another one because we have one up here, the courtesy of Superfan of the channel, Steve. This is Old Hammer single barrel. It comes in at 100 proof. The cool thing about this one, it's 99% corn, 1% malted barley, and I still got to figure out what other thing. You get it for $29.99, and man, this just was really good. And you think it would be weird with that mash bill? You think it's going to be corny and stuff? It is really good.
Was this the one that had the little hatchet on it?
No, that's the one you hated. No, that's the one you hated. This is the one you talked about plowing the fields and stuff like that. He might have had a couple before we started on that one, so that no, not if anyone's listening. He didn't. So we'll go back to I'm not really sure on this one. This is the Noble Oak Double Oak Rye. This again comes in at 48, so 96 proof this time. We got it for $29.99. Now I would 100% get the Noble Oak Bourbon Double Oak. That was very good. This one, when we put it in a blind, it came off like it was because it's finished in a port wine staves, and it came off very wine-like. It lost it against all the other double oaks, where the other double oak was good.
In the double oaks, it did lose it.
Yes.
But as a flavor on its own, I didn't find it outrageously bad. I won't sell this one down the river per se. I would try it if you like that port flavor.
Oh, 100%. You really got that.
Yeah,
and you can't beat the price. No, that's why I said I'm iffy on this one. If I needed it for something, I would get it again. But it wasn't my favorite. I like the regular double oak bourbon better.
No, correct. But this with the port, I think for the price, it's gonna hold its own to the Angel's Envy and the other one that we had. But.
No, that's why I'm iffy on that one, just because of the fact that it was good, but it wasn't everything. So all right, this one right here is the 17. Sorry. Got someone in my front yard. 1792 single barrel. We got this one. This one comes in at 98.6 proof. That's different to have that proof. It is 98.6. We got it for $39.99. And if I'm being honest, I don't think there's anything we've had by 1792 we haven't liked. I mean, they're just solid whiskey for short money.
I was going to say for a decent price.
Yeah. Would I buy, we have a full proof over there that was a store pick for like $45 at 120 proof. Would I buy that one instead? 100%. But if you're a lower proof guy, this was just solid. And it's not a lot of money.
I think we've had all the colors, I believe, now.
Because Steve got the sweet wheat.
The bottle and bond and all those.
Yes.
And yes, the bottle design does stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, now you have to know the neck colors and then you're in there. But I agree. I don't think we've had really anything by these guys that's not worth the money.
No, absolutely. Yeah, because they did none of them. Don't get me wrong. Some people marked up the 12-year and they marked up the sweet wheat. But honestly, the full proof, we put it up against the 12-year and it beat it. And the sweet wheat is just mediocre at best. It's not something I would overpay for. You know what I mean? But that's everybody's opinion. Right, exactly. It's just... So, well, here you go. Last but not least, this one is one of a Penelope Architects. This comes in at 104 proof. It's finished in a French oak staves. We got this one for $59.99, and that's around what we get it for. This happens to be build number 5. And again, these bring me to my happy place. These are some of the best. The only time I didn't say that is when we put it up against Maker's 46, that Billy's blend there, that absolutely smashed it in a blind one time. But these are just good. They don't drink harsh. They're absolutely delicious. All of them so far that we've tried.
And you may not get your bill 5 or bill 4 or bill 2 or whatever, but they're. I don't know if I've ever been to a liquor store that does not have at least one.
At least one of them, right? And we did the Battle of the Bills, and there is a significant difference in each one, but none of them are bad. They're all good so far. We haven't had any that we were like.
If you don't have one of these, it's definitely worth a try. And it's not really outrageous. It's $60. It's not crazy.
No, and we actually found some for like 40 something at one point. Again, they're hit or miss. Some people want to get rid of them.
Very seldom see the orange tag that's on sale.
No, right? But we got it one time, so that's all that matters. Well. There you go. That's a Regret and Regret. Like always, leave a comment down below. You agree, disagree on there, and we'll catch you on the next one. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers. So